This edition of MacVoices is supported by MacVoices Magazine, our free magazine on Flipboard. Updated daily with the best articles on the web to help you do more with your Apple tech and beyond, MacVoices Magazine content is available in the free Flipboard app, on the web, or in your favorite RSS reader. Visit MacVoicesMagazine.com for details. Welcome to MacVoices. This is the talk of the Apple community, and I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, this is a MacVoices briefing on the ProCase iPad Mini 6 keyboard case for the iPad Mini 6. I've been using an iPad Mini for years, mainly as a consumption device, but with some productivity built in. But when I got a keyboard for it, I was shocked at just how much of a little production machine it could turn into, and how easy it was to take that with me in places where a laptop and an iPad or iPad Pro really wouldn't exactly fit. So when the iPad Mini 6 came out with all the power it represents, I was anxious to see if I could repeat the experience. I went looking for a keyboard case, and unfortunately, there's only one choice out there right now as I record this, and that's the ProCase Mini that we're going to be talking about here. So I ordered one and installed it. How did it work out? Let's find out. The case. The case is made of a quote-unquote composition leather that claims to protect from accidental drops and to resist scratching. Sorry, but I'm not going to put it to either one of those serious tests unless it's by accident. The case is comfortable to carry, and when closed, has a flap that wraps over the top to protect the camera lens, which is a very nice touch. The flap adheres magnetically, so it stays in place rather than flapping around. The interior is a felt-like lining that is built as non-slip, and it is. There are 3 notches in the cover of the case to allow for 3 different angles for iPad use, with and without the keyboard. The case is a little wider than the iPad Mini 6, just wide enough to provide a compartment for your Apple Pencil to slide into, where it stays in place thanks not only to a tight fit, but also to the magnetic charging built into the Mini and the Apple Pencil 2. The keyboard. The included keyboard is as compact as you would expect and very lightweight. Because of its size, folks with larger hands will find it difficult to type on. I wear a men's large golf glove for comparison, and the keyboard is a little on the cramped side, although after about a week of use, I found that my miskeys were steadily decreasing in number. No, there is no trackpad. Sorry, you just can't have everything at this compact size. I'm not especially particular about my keyboards, and I found this to be similar to Apple's external keyboards, maybe with a little shorter throw. The keyboard adheres via magnets to the case when the case is folded out. Those magnets are more than adequate for keeping it in place, no matter how hard you type on it. The keyboard connects to the iPad Mini via a Bluetooth 3.0 connection. Once paired, I had no lag at all, even typing at my best speed. While I won't set any world records, I'm a competent touch typist, and the keyboard kept up with me with no apparent issues. In the top right of the keyboard is a series of LEDs that indicate caps lock, Bluetooth, charging, and power. There's also an on-off switch so you can conserve power in the keyboard for extended periods of non-use. It is charged via a USB mini port that is located on the side and to the right of the on-off switch. I've been able to go for well over a week without having to recharge the keyboard. Actual use. The ProCase is a good solid feeling unit with the iPad Mini installed in it, with or without the keyboard included. In other words, you don't have to take the keyboard with you if you don't want to. The case still fits just fine without it, but given how light the keyboard is, there are few times that you will want to leave it at home. There's only one drawback to the ProCase, and it may be a big one for some users. There is no way to just open the case and start working with the iPad and keyboard, unless you leave the iPad laying flat on its back in the case. Not the ideal angle for most of us. In order to use the dents in the case to prop the iPad up at common working angles, you must move the keyboard back down toward the user, then choose your working angle. For the case to close properly, the keyboard must be moved in past the first notch, but not too far, to allow the case to fold over. Keeping it too close to the iPad prevents the case from folding. Those strong magnets I mentioned are now a detriment, since you can't conveniently slide the keyboard around to suit you, and there is no common position that allows both propping the iPad and closing the case without adjusting the position of the keyboard. On the flip side, this might be an arrangement that you prefer, since you are free to position the keyboard anywhere on the folded out part of the case, or even use it completely separately, up to the limit of the Bluetooth range. You will have to make up your mind. Conclusion. The ProCase iPad Mini 6 keyboard case is a great iPad mini case with a number of nice features and one or two that may not be beneficial to you for your particular way of using that iPad mini. The keyboard may be a little cramped for larger hands, but can be adapted to. The case only comes in black, and it can be had for $33.99 on Amazon. That price point is comparable with other, albeit larger, Bluetooth portable keyboards, and you get the case and the keyboard integration thrown in, so it might be worth purchasing just for the keyboard alone. That's the MacVoices briefing on the ProCase iPad Mini 6 keyboard case. I hope you find it useful. I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices. We'll be back again soon. Thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you MacVoices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.